welcome to the stream today. We are going to be talking all about gear for creators. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekends, and there is a lot of gear to dive into. I'll be talking about, cameras, audio, lighting, mounting options, software, and even some miscellaneous items. So let's dive into this today. We are talking about all of the hot deals this weekend because there are quite a few, and I'm really excited to get into this with you guys. So, let me know in the comments what it is that you guys are creating these days. Are you making TikToks? Are you making Reels? Are you making YouTube long form content? Are you doing YouTube Shorts? What is it that you're specializing in these days? Because we're going to be talking through a bunch of different gear to help you accomplish those tasks in a efficient and high quality way. So let's go ahead and let's get started with one of my favorite topics, which is cameras. We're going to be talking about some hot deals with cameras starting right about now. And there are some cool ones that I want to share with you guys this stream today. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I've actually got some stuff pulled up here, and to kick things off, we're actually starting with one of my personal favorite cameras for YouTube, which is the Sony A7C. And now this is really a fantastic camera, and as you guys can see right now, it is on sale. It's normally around $17.98, and right now there's a deal to get it for $15.98, which is a fantastic price. And actually, just so you guys know, this is the camera that I'm using to stream with right now, which is pretty fun. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little shot of that. So this is the camera, the A7C. I see some comments saying music's a little loud. We'll turn it down. Sorry about that. So we've got we've got the A7C right here. Really cool little camera. And it's one that I love to use for live streaming, for YouTube videos in general. It's a really fun little way to create content. It's got the flip out screen. It's got, 4K video resolution and all of that good stuff. So as you guys can see, I'm running a little HDMI out with it right now, and it is currently on sale, as you guys can see right here on the website. So this is on Amazon. I've put, just so you guys know, I'm putting links to all of the gear in the description below. So as we're going through stuff, if you're interested, I've got links right down there for you guys, which is pretty fun. So I'm just kind of, let me see. 1 minute. We're live streaming. Gotta fix something. I don't think my mic was working properly. These are the things you gotta check. So sorry about that. Just technical difficulties. That's how it is. But hopefully that will be better. Let me know if that's good. All right, so diving back into this, we're talking about the Sony A7C today. This is one of my favorite cameras, was just talking about that, but let's continue on with some more deals. So next up, we have the Sony ZV1, and this is a really cool content creation camera. It's a nice point and shoot, really compact, really lightweight, easy to use. And I think that it's a great option for a lot of people. As you guys can see, it's about $100 off right now, which is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and show you guys this one. This is actually the camera right here. I actually have have it kitted out a little bit, but this is a really good little camera. And I think it's worth checking out. It's got the flip out screen. It's got, it's 4K, so it's a really good little content camera. Sorry again about the audio, guys. Just had it on the wrong setting. It happens. We're live. Things happen. So let's go ahead and keep rolling along. Now, I do think that the ZV1 is a great option to consider. I love this camera. It's really small. It's really easy to just bring around, and I think that's really what makes it strong and makes it like a good contender. You're not going to get like the craziest quality out of it with the fact that, you know, there is no interchangeable lenses. But I actually have some videos on my channel about the different accessories and kit that I recommend with it. I didn't go through all of that stuff here because there wasn't deals on everything. But if you're interested in learning how I kit out the ZV1 to look more like this, you know, I think that it would be a good option. And I see we have a question coming in right now. Let me pull that up for you guys so everybody can see. We've got a question that said, Ben, would you still recommend the wide angle lens adapter for the ZV1? I would, and that's actually what, yes, I would definitely recommend it. That's what I actually have on here right now. So, you know, if I take this, you know, kind of, oh, let me unscrew it better. Yeah. So we'll unscrew this little adapter off. So this is without the adapter, and it's just not quite wide enough. So this is a little nice adapter that you can put on. I'll try to link that into the stream after the fact, but it does make the camera a lot better. In my opinion, I think it does make a difference. It makes it a little more better for vlogging. So yeah, great question, and I would recommend that. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with talking about the next camera on the list of gear in just a moment. All right, so we just talked about the ZV1. Coming up next is the Sony A7 III. Such a great all-around camera. It's just a really good option for, you know, this is actually what I started the channel with, was the Sony A7 III, and as you guys can see, it is quite a bit off. You know, normally it's about $2,000. Right now, coming in at $1,698. That is a pretty good option. It's not, I will say it's not my top pick for YouTube videos, but if you just need like a camera for creating, it is a really good option. This is it here. It's actually what I started my channel with. It does not have the full flip out screen. It only has the tilt, which is one of the reasons I don't recommend it for YouTube. And it does have a 30-minute record limit, which is unfortunate, but it creates amazing pictures and really, really good quality video. So all in all, I do think it is a good option for creating, especially if you're behind the camera, if you're shooting weddings or if you're doing client work or stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring this up in case you were in the market for even just a good stills camera. You know, this is a really great camera and it's a good deal on it. So again, this was what I started the channel with, and overall, it's just a great little option. So continuing right along here, let's go to our next deal, which is not really on sale right now, but I did want to mention it to keep your eye on it this weekend because it may go on sale, which is the Zve E10. Fantastic little camera. One of my top best value picks for YouTube, which is why I wanted to bring it up. And I actually am using it right now overhead as a little overhead shot. It's a great little camera. It's 4K. And it has interchangeable lenses and all of that good stuff. So really an all-around great option for content. Unlimited record time, great autofocus. Again, I did not see it on sale on Amazon right this moment, but I did want to mention it to keep your eyes out for it. All right. So I think that will be, you know, hopefully some good options for you guys to consider in the camera apartment. But let's go ahead and talk about the next items of things on our list, which is lenses. Lenses can make all the difference when it comes to, you know, what you're putting on your camera. It can completely change the entire look of what you're getting out of your camera. So I thought it would be good to go ahead and talk through a couple of options, starting with my personal favorite lens of all time, honestly, which is the Sony 20mm 1.8 prime. And as you guys can see, it is, you know, about $100 off right now. And if you've got a full frame camera like the A7C, A7 IV, you know, A7S III, any of those cameras, this will be a fantastic option to pair with it. It's actually the lens that I'm using right now, you know, to stream. It's the shot you're seeing right now is with this lens, and that's why I wanted to mention it today. I'll go ahead and kind of show you guys a little shot of that, maybe a little close up. So this is that 20mm lens on the A7C, which is how I am doing this live stream today. And honestly, how I pretty much shoot all of my talking head YouTube videos, I think it really is a fantastic lens, and that is why I wanted to mention it here on the stream today. It's really small, really lightweight. It is 1.8 aperture, which gives you that really nice depth. And it's just a good field of view for content. So move it. Oh, I see we got Zach here in the chat, coming up with the 20mm 1.8, the GOAT for YouTube. Absolutely. Zach, thanks for joining today, man. If you guys don't follow Zach, you got to go check out his content. We got Digital Planner Co. in here. You know, happy Thanksgiving to you, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching. You know, I had a little bit of technical difficulties at the start of stream with my mic, but happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you all had a fantastic day yesterday and are going to have a fantastic weekend spending time with family, checking out all the gear, all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and continue on talking about some lenses. We just talked about the 20mm 1.8 fantastic lens. Moving right along, we got the Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens, which is honestly one of my top recommendations for for crop sensor cameras. So stuff like the Zve E10, A6400. Maybe you're going crazy and picked up the new FX30, which is a fantastic camera. You could pair any of those with this lens and get some good results. So this is the lens here. It's really a little bit bigger, but it works really well. It's 1.4, which is why it's going to give you that good depth of field. Really great lens. I love it. One of my top recommendations, especially if you're doing like talking head content. You'll get a very similar looking shot to what you would see right now. And it's a really good deal. As you can see, it's quite a bit cheaper in price than the 20mm coming in on sale at $354 today. Really great deal. So if you're in the market, would highly recommend it. Let's keep moving along with the Sony 11mm 1.8 APS-C ultra-wide prime. This lens is really, really good. I've only seen what this lens is capable of. I have actually not used it, which I'm usually very not recommending stuff I haven't actually owned and used, but I myself am interested in getting this lens, and I might, very soon, maybe this weekend, I could pick it up. It looks like a pretty good deal. Again, this is an 11mm. I think this would be a really great option to pair with the Zve E10 or with another crop sensor camera. And I would be curious to see how it compares as a vlog lens. It's a lot smaller than the 16mm, so I think it could be more enjoyable to use, and that is why I wanted to bring it up on the stream today. Moving right along on our list today, we've got the Sony 55mm 1.8. Now, right here, this listing is a renewed listing. And I wanted to do that for this lens in particular because this was just a great deal at $584. But there are some actual sales on this lens as well. And I just think it's a really great lens. It's one of my personal favorite lenses and one that I use all the time. I use this mainly for B-roll with my A7C or my Zve E10. It's just a really great lens. I've got it right here. It's a small little guy, and it just works really, really well. You can see just how banged up mine is. This has seen quite a few weddings. It's seen quite a few crazy gigs. It's pretty banged up, so you can tell I've used it quite a bit, and I love this lens. It's super small, really nice depth, great for B-roll, great for pictures, and all of that good stuff. So all of that being said, I think it's a great option. Let's continue along with the lenses today. Coming in with the next one being the cheaper alternative to that lens, the Sony 50mm 1.8. And right now we've got this on sale. You can pick it up for about $248. This lens is super lightweight. It's super small. I don't have it with me, but I do own this lens. It's actually down in my kit bag in Florida for when we were shooting weddings. And we kind of let some of our other shooters use that. But it's a fantastic lens. It's the cheaper version, so it's not quite as crisp, but it is going to get the job done, and it's a lot more affordable, and it will be a very good option, in my opinion, for, you know, pairing with something like the Zve E10 or another crop sensor camera, even a full frame camera. It will work really well with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the last lens we're talking about today, which is the Viltrox 24mm 1.8. I've got this lens right here as well, and this lens really is a great option if you're rocking on the budget, you like the look of the 20mm that I was talking about earlier, but you just want to get a little bit of a similar look on a budget. This is this lens right here. This lens is pretty good. The autofocus is not quite as snappy as the 20mm, which of course the 20mm is native, so it just works a little bit better, but this does work very well. It's not quite as wide, it's a little bit more zoomed in, but for talking head stuff, this lens should work well, and this is going to be really good for full frame cameras like the A7C, A73, A7S3, A74, any of that stuff. So it is, there's a coupon for it right now, as you guys can see, and it's just a great value lens in general, coming in at $379. I just think it's a good option. You know, I use it a lot for photography here in the studio. I'll do a lot of different, like, you know, pictures of products, or, you know, if I want to get some still shots, I use this lens a lot. I'll use it for thumbnails sometimes. You know, I'll use it occasionally for talking head, but most of the time, personally, I like the 20mm. Again, though, these prices are very good, so it's all up to what you think will work best for you. And so that's going to bring us into our next topic of items today, which is the audio. We're going to be talking about audio, and that's just fitting, seeing as, you know, how I messed up my audio earlier. We all got to see the difference that, you know, the audio can make in the quality of what you're doing. Let me go back for a moment to what it was, which I believe was, I think this is what I had rocking before on accident, and now we'll switch back to my mic. Hopefully it's sounding more crisp and clear. So let's talk about audio and kind of see what we can get rolling with that. As far as deals are concerned, we've got one of my personal favorite microphones, the Shure MV7. It is on sale with a deal right now. You can pick it up for about $224. Pretty good deal. That's about the price I bought it last year or so, I believe. I think I got it during Black Friday, and I've absolutely loved this mic. I've been using it for about a year now. Really enjoy it. It works really well. It's what I'm using right now, so you guys can hear what you can do with it when you push it to the limits. It does sound pretty good. It's awesome because you can plug this in directly to your computer via USB, or you can plug it in via XLR to an interface, which is actually what I'm doing right now. I don't know if we can see that. Yeah, this little guy right here, I have it plugged into, and it just works really well in order to get some, you know, high quality audio out of it. Really big fan of this microphone. And it's just a cool look. Like, it's got a good look to it. I think it works pretty well. Let's go ahead and continue on with the next mic on our list today, which is the Rode Video Micro. The Rode Video Micro, really fantastic mic. I think I have it over here. And I'm really big fan of this guy. I have been putting this on when I go out and about lately. It's just super small, super lightweight. It is not necessarily the highest of quality, but I do like the convenience. And I think that you, as a creator, will have to find over time, you know, that balance of quality and convenience, because to me, this mic gets the job done pretty good. And it just works pretty well. You know, got the little wind muff on it right now. Take it off real quick, but this is how small the microphone is. It's very small and lightweight, works really well. It's very affordable, coming in on sale right now for $49. Big fan of this microphone. I took this, actually took that out to when I went to California. That was my go-to mic, so really big fan of it. Let's move right along now. Talking about the next item on the list, which is a new one to me. It's a little wireless microphone for the iPhone. got that guy right here. So it comes in this cool little case, which is pretty fun. And it's just, it's if you're making content with your phone or even just doing stuff on Instagram, doing some different stories or things like that, it is a really great little microphone. Let me go ahead and do this top-down shot so you guys can see. This is about what this piece here will plug into your phone and is powered by your phone. And then this mic you can just hold, you can clamp. It has some little clips that it comes with, and it does decent. It's not the best. I mean, you can't really expect it to be for that price, but it works pretty reliably. And right now, normally it's about 23 bucks, which is how much I paid for it. But right now you can get it for 15 bucks, which is just like, seems like a pretty good deal if you're looking to, you know, get some better audio for your phone. I think that's a pretty good option. Let me know what you guys think, but I've actually used this on my recent YouTube short and on my Instagram. So if you guys want to go hear what this mic sounds like, then you can go check it out there. Let's go ahead and continue on with our next piece of audio gear, which is the Tascam DR10L. This is one of my, you know, most reliable audio situations. You know, audio is finicky sometimes, but it's so important. And using wireless stuff, I've had things in the past, I've experienced dropouts, I've experienced things like that, just even with nice road gear. And so I chose, for when I was shooting weddings and live events where it was very crucial, I chose to work with this wired option. And I think that it works really good. Let me go ahead and kind of show you guys what this thing looks like. This is the Tascam DR10L, and it's a great little option. So basically, this is not wireless. It does record your files separately, but that's actually can be a good thing because it gives you a secondary audio source. It records into a little micro SD card slot right over here, if I can pull it out. So it records onto a little micro SD card slot here, and that's how you get the audio. It works really good. It's reliable. These things are tanks. They're really good quality. They screw clip, so they're not coming out. Really good, reliable source, in my opinion. And I love them for that. You know, having something like this, you don't have to worry about wireless dropouts. You don't have to worry about distance between you and the camera. I personally use these a lot when I was doing weddings. I would, you know, put one on the groom or whatever, and then it was just a nice backup source of audio, which honestly a lot of times I would tend to use because it just sounds so good. So definitely something that I would recommend looking into. All right, and now we've got one more piece of audio equipment on the agenda today, which is not that. It is the, let me see. Yes, the Zoom H6. All right, we've got the Zoom H6, which is this guy. This is what I sort of have deemed the Swiss Army knife of audio recorders. So there's a lot going on with this guy. It looks a little complex, but let me break it down briefly. It basically is an audio recorder. So up top, we have a built-in microphone. It's kind of this like XY style mic. This can actually come off, and you can put other types of microphones onto this to do different things, which is pretty cool. And another cool thing about this is that you can plug in XLR or 1/4 inch plugs into this, and you can do up to 4 channels. With the addition, if you have the extra piece, you could do 6, and you can even use this as an audio interface. So there's a ton of stuff you can do with this. I actually primarily use this these days for when I record my YouTube videos. This is my mic. Like, I have it set up, it records separately, I sync it later. That's just my process. It's what I like to do. But this is the Zoom H6. It does so much stuff. You can run a podcast with this. You could record a band with this. You could do music production with this. You could take it into the field and record just ambient noise or do voiceovers. It's just an all-in-one solution for audio. And I really do think it's a great option. It is on sale right now for about $300. The price will fluctuate, but I wanted to mention it to you guys just so you could be aware that it exists and that it's something to look out for. All right. So let's go ahead and keep on moving along. I believe we're going to be talking now about, one of my personal favorite topics, which is lighting. We're going to be talking about lighting. So, as you guys know, lighting is a massive part of this channel. It's something I talk about all the time, and I really do think that it makes a big difference. So let's talk about some of the deals we have rocking with lighting this weekend. So hop back into here. And the first thing up on the list is the Dog Softbox Lighting Kit. You guys know I talk about this one all the time. Recently, the price in general has gone up to about $57, $58, and it is on sale right now with a little Black Friday exclusive Prime price for $46. I think that's a really good option, and it really is a light that I use quite often. It's actually what I'm using, over here as a light. Typically for my streams, this is my key light. I'm doing some top-down stuff today, so I do have this bigger light, but this is really what's lighting me. And it's a really cool little light because if you guys haven't seen me talk about it before, it is remote controlled, which is pretty sweet. So I can actually, change the color temperature of the light. I can dim the light, all with this quick little snappy remote, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend checking out this light. It's what I think is really one of the best value options for YouTube videos, especially if you're just starting out. It's really lightweight, it's small, it's easy to set up, easy to operate, and it's a great price. So definitely would recommend checking out the Dog Softbox Kit. Let's move along to the next option on our list today, which is the Yulonzi VL49. This is a really cool little light. It's a really great price right now, $23, which is crazy for what you get. So this little light for $23 right now, it's super small, which is fun, but you can mount it to the top of your camera, right? So like if I wanted to go ahead and mount this up here, just your typical like hot shoe mount. But the cool thing about this is you don't end up forfeiting that hot shoe because you have 3 other hot shoes that you can mount stuff to. So I could actually come in here with, something like the Rode Video Micro if I wanted to, and I could mount this to the light. And now I've got a light and a mic all ready to rock, which is pretty cool. Beyond that, the mounting options are pretty fun because it's actually magnetic. So you can mount it in a lot of really unique, creative ways, which is pretty cool. And this light is full RGB. So I'll go ahead and pop it on. It's nice and bright. We can do some different things, get into the RGB mode. We've got effects, all of that good stuff. So I like this light personally for accent lighting in the background. Maybe I'm just kind of lighting up a smaller object, or I bring this with me when I travel just to get that extra bit of light if I need it. Again, really small, compact, does a lot of stuff. Great little option. So moving right along, let's go back into our website here. And next up on the list is one of the best value LED panels. All right, so this is the G2 Pocket RGB light. And I've been talking about this light for a long time because it's just so good, especially for the price. And I'll go ahead and show you guys this guy. So this is the G2 Pocket RGB light. It comes with everything you see here. It comes with this tripod mount. You're able to swivel and rotate this guy around. And I think that it really is a good option. When I turn it on, you guys can see it does a lot of cool things. We're at only about 25% right now, so let's go ahead and crank this guy up a lot. So this guy gets super, super bright, which is why it's so good. So it's full RGB, it's got built-in effects. As you guys can see, it does a lot of crazy stuff. And you can do color temperature control. It's just a fantastic option. Especially for the price. So if you want a nice, smaller, cheaper light to light up your background or things like that, this light would be one of my top recommendations just for all that you get with that $64.79 price tag. All right, so let's move right along now to the Godox TL30, and I think I'm finding that I'm repeating myself a lot, like, oh, this is one of my favorite. I absolutely love this one. But the reality is the gear that I'm showing you guys today is not hypothetical gear. It's not gear that I've heard about or that I've, wondered about. Pretty much all of this gear is stuff that I use all the time on my channel or just in my workflow in general. And this is one of those lights. This is the Godox TL30, and it is really, really cool. So if you want an RGB tube light, this is going to be a great value one to get. I'll go ahead and pop it on. And this is only, let me turn it up. Yep, so as you guys can see, really cool. This is magnetic. It's got a 1/4 inch thread mount. Let me go top down for a second. It's got a 1/4 inch thread mount. It's got different modes that you can do. You can do colors. You can do effects. And you can do just your typical 30, I think this goes, 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. Really cool little light. This is one of my faves. And you can also app control this as well, which is pretty cool. So you could hook this up to your smartphone and control it that way. You can pair multiple of them together. You can control multiple of them at once. All in all, just a really good little light. And again, right now you guys can pick this up for $71, which is insane. So I think that's a really good option if you want to do some cool creative stuff with your content. This could allow you to do so. And the next two lights we're talking about are just the bigger versions of this light. So we're talking about the TL60. There are some differences with this, aside from size, of course. This is the quite a bit bigger than the other one. I'll put them side by side so you guys can see. But yeah, so this guy is really, really good though. Let me go ahead and pop it on. Boom. So the cool thing about this one that unfortunately the other one does not do, let me find my remote. Where did I put my remote? Hold on. I gotta look for my remote real quick. In the meantime, check out my free super simple camera settings guide. Okay. Found it. Okay. So this is a remote that it comes with, which is really fun. And honestly, one of the best things about it, in my opinion. So I can go over here and I can control the light with this remote, right? It's really snappy. I can just like change it whatever I want it to. Boom. The cool thing about this though is I can actually control multiple of them at once or individually. So I've got some cool ones behind me right now, which are, they're the TL120s, which I'll get to in a moment. But I can control this light, right? I can be like, let's make this, purple. And then I can also be like, let's make one of my backlights orange. And I can do that. Or then let me make one of the other ones pink. And I can do it. Or green or whatever, So you can get really creative with how you control all with this little remote, which to me is one of the secret weapons of, these lights as an option from Godox. So again, make everything white again. And we'll just go ahead and pop this one off. This is the TL60, really good little light. And, it is a little bit of a sale right now, which is awesome, coming in at $191. So it is a little bit more than the TL30, of course, but you're getting a lot more controls and effects. You can even run this DMX if you want to, as well as the TL120, which is the lights that are behind me. So the lights that are behind me that I use in all of the streams are the TL120s. And I see a comment right here from Christelle saying, Ben over here looking like a Jedi. Trying my best. Trying my best. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching during the stream today. Just trying to show you guys this fun little gear. So yeah, the TL120 is really cool. Again, I can control them all with this remote. So, you guys have seen me do stuff like this a lot where it's, more of the brand colors and all that. Today, I don't know, I was just feeling more of the neutral colors, which I like too. So lots of easy changes that make a big difference when you are making content. So let's go ahead and continue on with our list of lighting today. Again, those are have a little bit of a deal going on right now. Normally they're $300. They are $236 right now, which is pretty sweet. So moving right along, we've got the GVM 100W, and this light is really good. You know, it's a good little light. It comes with the softbox, which is actually the softbox I'm using for my top-down shot. It's just on a different light right now. But if you want to get a nice, big, soft light, this is going to be a great option. So this is what the light looks like. It's heftier. You have to plug it in. It's really strong. It's 100 watts. It's bi-color. You can change it from like 32 to 56. Really easy to operate. Good price. So I wanted to mention it. And again, the softbox that it comes with really is great. It takes a Bowens mount, so you can do a lot of different stuff with it. Again, we're looking at about $320 right now. Let's move along to my workhorse. This is my main light that I use in the studio for, you know, everyday stuff, like just lighting scenes, doing creative lighting. It's obviously a little bit more expensive. Right now it is on sale for $529. And I do think this is a good deal. This is actually what I'm using right now to kind of light up the overall ambience of the room to get nice softer lighting. I have the GVM softbox on it right now, but that's that light. And it's really good. And the really cool thing about this light is, again, just like I can control the other lights, the Godox lights with the remote, I can actually control this with the remote as well. Oh wait, well, normally I can. I have to go flip a switch on it to do that, which I didn't do, but normally I can, you know, you can control it with the remote very easily. You just change the colors, change the color temperatures, the dim it, all of that stuff, and it works really well. I love that light just because it is just easy. I have one light on a stand, super strong. It does everything. You know, I can do color, I can do effects, I can have color temperature controls. So to me, it's one of my favorites. It's not for everybody. It's definitely a little overkill for a lot of creators, but if you're at that point in your content creation journey where you want to do some cool creative stuff, this is a great option. It's a really good option. So that brings us to the last thing that we're talking about today, which is my lighting course. So I wanted to I'm actually running a sale on my lighting course right now. So if you guys want to learn how you can use light to transform your videos, create standout content, and get some cool resources, then I would recommend checking out my course. You know, I put this together for you guys. I think it's going to be a, you know, good option for a lot of people who are beginning and they have no idea where to start, or maybe you're even a little bit into your journey and you just want to go to the next level. I spent a lot of time trying to pack this thing in to 90 minutes to make it really short, really concise, so you're not wasting, you know, 10, 12 hours on this topic. It's just all of the stuff you need all in one spot. And I think that it will hopefully help you guys out. We are running a sale on it right now. It is the lowest sale that we have, or the biggest sale, lowest price that we've ever done. There's a link in the description of this video, and you guys can actually get the course for right about $30, which is insane. So let me show you the promo for this course. Whether you are using an expensive camera setup or simply a smartphone, lighting can completely change the entire look of your video. Hi, my name is Ben Johnson, and I'm passionate about helping content creators crush it online. I've been running my creative business full-time since 2015. I've created content for clients generating millions of views, captured hundreds of live events with my award-winning team, and generated a community of over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. The common thread throughout all of this was using lighting to create content that stands out. And now I've condensed years of experience into this course so that you can go further faster. In these modules, you will learn the fundamentals of lighting, multiple lighting styles and techniques, how to create flattering looks in challenging scenarios, how to achieve pro looks on a budget, and how to create standout content that gets results. Your digital presence has never been more important because business is happening online. It is where interviews are conducted, transactions take place, people are discovered, communities are built, and careers are made. Whether you are creating social media content, applying for your dream job, teaching courses, or filming for clients, this course will help you stand out and level up your content. Cool. So that is my course. Hopefully you guys are intrigued by that. You know, it was a long time coming. A lot of you guys were asking about that. And, you know, I think that I'm really happy with how it all came together, and I wanted to share it with you guys and just do a crazy sale this weekend so you guys can level up your content, level up your lighting. And, you know, if you get some of this lighting gear, you know, this is a great way to learn how to get the most out of it. All right. So let's continue right along now with our next topic, moving away from lighting, and we're getting into mounting. All right. Mounting. So this is going to be tripods and things like that, just ways to mount your cameras. So let's go ahead and look at our deals for mounting today. Right off the rip, we got a Magnus VT300 tripod on sale right now for $69. And I'll have you know, I'm about to order 2 of these because they are really good. I have one right over here. Kind of give you guys a little look at it. So this is the tripod. It's just a really good tripod. I don't know. It's fluid head, so it's really smooth for video. It's really stable. It's a nice black design. Looks really good. Really clean. And it just works well. I use this all the time. This is my go-to tripod here in the studio, on location. It's awesome. And it's such a good price, coming in at only $69. So I'm going to order probably 2 more today. I have some other brand tripods, but I just like this one a lot better. You can lock the centerpiece, and it just works well. So if you're in the market for just a nice video tripod on a budget, this one is fantastic. You know, I've used these at weddings, I've used these at live events, and just all sorts of things. So would really recommend this tripod. Let's go ahead and move right along to our next mounting option, which is the Victiv 74-inch camera tripod. So this one, let me pull it up real quick. This one is awesome. Really like this as well. I picked this up recently. Let me go ahead and show a different angle here. The main thing that makes this tripod unique is it's very small, as you guys can see, a little bit smaller than the other one, but it still gets very tall. And it has this vertical tripod head. So I use this for all of my like shorts and my reels, like any short form vertical content where I need a stable shot. I really like this tripod for it. And I just think it works really well. And you can get it right now for insane $27, which is a massive deal. I believe when I bought this, it was about $40. So $27 is a great deal. I think this will really be able to, you know, get you guys some good results for what you're doing, especially if you're making short form content. I will say the cool thing about that tripod is it actually will support the weight of a larger camera like my Sony A7C. So being able to have that larger weight support for regular cameras or phones makes it even more versatile and just an overall good option if you're in the market for something like that. So moving right along, we've got the Yulonzi quick release plates, which are awesome. I love these guys. Literally game changers for my workflow. I have always been a fan of quick release plates. I used to have more expensive Manfrotto ones. Again, these are coming in on sale today for $21. But these quick release plates are fantastic. All of my cameras have them on have these plates on the bottom. So all of my cameras have the same plates. Again, you can see it on something like my ZV1. But if I grab like that tripod, this has the other, you know, the plate on it. So I can simply connect my camera just like that. And then I can lock it in and now it is good to go. It's not going anywhere. And all of my gear has these attachment pieces on it. So if I need to go from like tripod to, you know, selfie stick or something like that, I can easily pop it off, which is really good. Set this down. And that's actually, like, again, looking around at the studio today, that's actually how I have this camera mounted to this, is with one of those plates right in between there. So I just pop it right on and it's good to go. So again, I love these plates, use them on everything. Again, you can get them for $21. I'm actually going to probably order another one of these because I have some more stuff to put it on. Big fan of these Ulanzi plates. Moving along, we have another Ulanzi option, and Ulanzi has just been crushing it with content creation gear. This is my go-to travel little selfie stick option. As you guys can see, it has the quick release plate on it, so I guess it would have been easier to just show you on this, but again, I can just pop this on, lock it, good to go. Go ahead and do that with the top-down angle as well. So it's just as easy as, you know, pushing the quick release on, locking it, and it's good to go. So regardless of that, though, just looking at the selfie stick itself, you know, it basically separates like so, and you can set it on things, which is cool, but it also extends. So it has a nice little extension pole, and to top it off, it actually has this ball head where you can move and adjust it. And to take it one step further, it actually has a little hot shoe mount here that rotates. So you could mount a microphone to it like the Rode Micro, and then just like swivel it around wherever you need it. So this is a very great accessory if this sounds like, you know, something that would help you with the type of content you're creating. Again, you can get it right now for $18, which I believe when I bought this, it was like $35 or something, like back in the day. So their price is getting even more competitive, which I love to see. So really cool. And I believe we have one more mounting gear to go over, which is the Autumn 60-inch selfie stick, which is this guy right here. This is going to be strictly for phones, so smartphones and things. Really cool though. You can actually, see if I can remember how to do this. So you pop this out and you have this little place where you can put your phone. So your phone would go like right here, and you can actually rotate it, which is nice. Really handy for short form vertical content. And I think that you push this in, it should go out like this. Yep. Sorry, I'm like poking my camera. So it opens up and it gets insanely tall. So let's just see here. So it gets extremely tall. All right. And I think it's a really good option for bringing with you. I actually like to keep this phone mount in my car just for when I'm out and about. So I always have a tripod with me because, again, it packs down so small. That I can just keep this in the glove box of my car, and it actually has a little Bluetooth remote right here. Well, let's see if I pop it out. Yeah, so it actually has a little Bluetooth remote right here, which is pretty sweet. Just so you can control the phone if you're taking pictures, starting recordings, all of that good stuff. Lots of gear around here. I'm trying to figure out where to put everything. So again, this is a really good option. $33. Great way to get your phone in a good tripod mounted spot, especially if you're on the go, because it's so small and lightweight and you can easily control it. So wanted to share that one with you guys today. Okay, we're talking about a lot of gear today, but let's mix it up just a little bit and talk about, instead of some physical gear, let's talk about some software. So we're going to be talking about software that is, going to be a good option to consider for you, starting with the actual sponsor of the stream today, which is Soundstripe. Soundstripe is an awesome platform. I actually have their music going on in the background of this stream right now. And I use their music on everything. I use it on YouTube videos, on client work. I have been using them for years, even before I started YouTube. It is a joy to be able to partner with them. They are an awesome company to work with, and they just have great high quality music for your videos. So hold up, wrong way. So we've got, yeah, so if you guys want to go on to Soundstripe's page, you can actually check out, I have my own playlist there that you can go listen to some of my favorite tracks for content creators. And it's a great way to get a good feel for the type of music. If you hear any music on my videos and you like it, it's all from Soundstripe. They have really good filter tools to help you find the right tracks for your projects very fast. They say on average, people spend under 5 minutes finding a good song, which that's a major thing, because I don't know if you've ever tried to find music before, especially if you're not using a music licensing site. It can be difficult, and they make it very easy to get the vision you hear in your head and find it. So they have planned and prices right now, but they're actually running some deals. So if we hop on over to the website page, we've got 40% off on yearly plans. So this is the time. If you've been considering checking out Soundstripe, 40% off on a yearly plan, that is a great deal. So, huge shout out to the people at Soundstripe for, sponsoring the stream, and they sponsor a lot of my content here. They're awesome. They love you guys, and they're really, they love to support creators and equip them with high quality tracks. And I think it's a great tool to look into, this weekend, if you're wanting to really get serious about your content and not have to worry about this, that, and the other as far as laws and legal things with the new rise of creator music and all that. I want to do a stream on that, on my thoughts on that soon, but just beware of that creator music. I think that there's a lot of legal stuff that could bite you later on. So Soundstripe makes it really easy, really simple, and they have high quality stuff. Let's move on to another great thing to check out, which is Motion VFX. They've got some really good deals today. Their entire site is 30% off with some exclusive 50% off deals. Plus, if you spend $100 or more, you can unlock a free plugin. So they've got some really good deals going on. This is Motion VFX. Motion VFX is where I make all of my video animation assets. So this cool little motion background that I have going on, behind the screen right now is, one of those. Let me just go ahead and hide this. So I made this cool little animated graphic using Motion VFX, my stream intro, outro, my title sequences, all of my text effects, different overlays, all of that stuff is from Motion VFX. And they're a great site. So they're running some deals right now. Wanted to mention it for you guys if you're interested. They've got plugins not just for Final Cut Pro, but also for DaVinci Resolve and now even Premiere Pro. Moving right along, we've got vidIQ. vidIQ is a fantastic company. Absolutely love them. Go check out their channel. And more importantly, go check out their deals. On their community tab on their channel, they posted that they're running some cool stuff. So wanted to mention them. If you're really wanting to get serious about your content and you want to learn how to position your videos well and get the most out of them, it takes hours and hours to make videos. So you want to get the most out of them, right? Well, vidIQ can help you do that. And I would definitely recommend checking them out. And yeah, I think that it's going to be a good way to level up your content. And let's move on to one more piece of software, which is Ecamm. And Ecamm is actually what I'm using to broadcast this stream right now. And I'm doing all these cool things like, doing different angles while I'm streaming, like this top-down angle, or, using these cool, crazy overlays, or doing things like this phone shot. Like, Ecamm allows all of this stuff to be possible. I can mix things live. I can pull up, comments live. Like I see Zach just commented, the phone angle on stream is fire. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. So it's cool to be able to do all of this stuff very easily. And they're running, I believe, 40% off some of their plans right now. So I would definitely recommend checking their stuff out. Huge fan of Ecamm. Have a link down in the description if you're looking to get into live streaming this year. And the other cool thing with Ecamm is, like, I'm streaming right now, but it's also simultaneously recording to my computer with the main video file, as well as separate audio tracks for my music, my video sounds, and my microphone. so I can repurpose content a lot easier after the fact. So lots of really cool features that Ecamm offers. Even if you're just wanting to do some screen recording tutorials or things like that, it could be a great option for you to look into. All right, I think we're gonna end this out by just talking about, maybe one or two miscellaneous things, because there's always got to be a little bit of a miscellaneous thing going on. And one of those first things that I would like to share with you guys is this little green screen from Elgato, which I have a green screen effect going on this shot right now. That's why that's being the way it is. That's actually kind of funny. Let me see if I can tweak that real quick. It's going to share a border on my screen, I think. Nope. Okay. I don't know what I did. Give me a second. Anyways, I green screened it too much, but there's a little green screen right there that is on sale right now. And the last item on the list is actually an SD card, which I've got all linked down below. SD cards are extremely underrated. I think that they are something that everybody needs. Like, you think about buying a camera, right? But then it's like, oh, I also need to buy an SD card in order to actually utilize that. So, my top recommendations for SD cards for most cameras is going to be a Class 10 U3 with about 170 to 200 megabytes per second. I've got my top rec down below in the links, and that's going to kind of wrap up most of the gear that I want to talk about today. What I'd like to do now is just kind of give a little bit of a Q&A time like I do on most of my streams, just so we can chat for a little bit. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. Oh, and just so you guys know, I shared this momentarily earlier, but I do have my free super simple camera settings. So there's no sale on that, but it's free. So if you're looking to get more into your camera settings, learning how to master them and all that good stuff, this is something that you guys can check out. Just kind of giving a moment for a little bit of a Q&A time if anybody is interested. We've got Corey in the chat. What's up, Corey? How's it going? I'm looking back through the chat right now. I'm seeing one that says, is this good for product photography? Remind me, Kia, if you're still here, what that question was directed at. All right. Looking through. Thank you guys all for hanging out today. This has been fun. It's a lot of gear these days, and that's one of the cool things is, like, we are in a day and age where there is just, like, gear everywhere. Like, there's a lot of good gear everywhere, and a good affordable gear at that. So we've got a question right here. Podcast lens. All right, so my podcast lens, one of my top lens recommendations, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, is the Sony 20mm 1.8, and that's what I would use for a podcast as well. I would use that as like my wide shot, so that's that lens right there. I would use that for like my main wide shot for a podcast. If I wanted to get more close up, then I would probably use something like this 55, which I talked about earlier, or maybe even like an 85, something like that. If I wanted to get like one wide shot and then two side shots or something. That's how I would approach a podcast, depending on how many guests there are. But in general, the 20mm 1.8, and there's a link in the description below. Great question. All right, guys. Well, just give it a little bit more of a moment just for any other last minute questions. This has been fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out, checking out all the gears that are out there. All right, we got Zach coming in. If I could only have one lens, what would it be? Honestly, I would go with the 20 for sure. Definitely the 20 for me personally. One of the things that I've learned is, again, just showing off the 20. One of the things that I've learned over time for me is that I think a lot of people, when you're first starting out, you want to get something more like the 50 or, maybe a zoom lens because you want to have that nice depth and blur, or you want to just be able to like get really far off pictures. But to me, the thing I've learned after shooting hundreds and hundreds of weddings and live events is having a wider lens allows you to capture more and document better so that you could actually crop in later if you need to. So if I only had to use one lens, I would probably do the 20. The only other one I would maybe do is something like a 24-70. That would be a great combo lens. So a 24-70 would be a good option. All right, we've got Grisel coming in. How far away can you be from the zoom and still capture good audio? That's a good question. Where is it? It's right over here. So if I'm using the zoom, for me, rule of thumb, you always want to get as close as you can to be able to do it. So I actually usually have the zoom probably about this far away from me. And this is like a little bit of a shotgun style mic. So it is like kind of X and Y style shotgun mic. So you don't want to be too far away from it, but I'm usually about, I'd say about this far, something like that. And you know, again, the closer you get, the better. But it works. Now, the other cool thing about it is you could pair it with a longer reaching shotgun style mic and run that into the Zoom H6 and get all the benefits of the higher quality recording and the preamps and all that. But for me, I keep it about maybe a foot or less. That's usually what I do. Great question. Yeah, we got a comment about the Panasonic S5. Looks very interesting. A great price, just the autofocus. I agree. You know, I've had Panasonic before. I used to have the GH4. Really great camera. Had a lot of cool specs. Couple things I didn't like about it was the low light was really bad and the autofocus was really bad. So if either of those things are important to you, I would tend to look towards Sony. I think they do both of those things really well. Now, Panasonic S5, I have not personally used that camera. It could be fantastic. But from what I've seen, yes, the autofocus does look not quite as crisp. And I think for a lot of creators, that's important. So, yeah, that's great. All right, guys. Give it just a moment here for any last-minute questions. This has been a fun stream today, talking about all the gear. If you guys have any other gear questions or just questions about content in general, make sure to connect with me on Instagram. Got another question here. Studio backdrop, gray, white, black. For me personally, I would recommend gray. I have a video explaining why, which you can check out. It's like... I think it's like one studio backdrop, multiple colors, something like that. But gray backdrops are more color absorbent. So, you know, right now you guys can see the natural color of it being gray. But if I was to go and switch the background lights a bit, look how much that picks up the colors, you know, from these lights, especially if I was to make it all one. I mean, it's just crazy. Like it picks up the colors so good. So to me, I feel like if you're going to get one backdrop, gray is the most functional. And I actually explain why in my lighting course. I was in one of the modules. I show you how you can not just get color out of gray, but how you can make gray look pure white or pure black as well. So to me, I think gray is the best if you're just going to get one, in my opinion. It's just the most versatile. Great question. Great question. All right, guys. Yeah, so again, if you've got further questions, connect with me on Instagram at Ben Johnson Creative. I'd love to chat with you guys. I'd love to resource you guys. That's really what I'm all about here on this channel and on all of my social media is I just want to help resource you. I want to help equip you so that you can go crush it online, grow an audience, share your message, and connect with people, build community. So this has been a fun stream today. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And I'm going to be trying to stream, you know, again, shortly, you know, as far as, you know, December coming around, I'll be doing a stream there. But this has been fun, guys. And you guys know the model. As always, stay creative. Peace.